Hi everyone and thank you for watching. I'm Jack Sweet and my passions include PvP and simulation games. Today we'll be reviewing a Logitech 3D Pro, but before we get into that I'd like to remind everyone to please subscribe and tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Now also you can follow me on Twitch and you can join our Discord if you'd ever like to play games with us. We will have links in the description. I purchased a Logitech 3D Pro so that I could play with it, enjoy it, mess around, and take a little bit of time to tell you guys who may have no experience with it a little bit more about it. Now, the Logitech 3D Pro is a standalone joystick. It has 12 momentary push buttons, an 8-way hat switch. It boasts a rapid fire trigger and 4 axes. That's X, Y, Z for twist, and then an additional throttle access on the front of the base. Now that is a joystick that plugs in through USB, is compatible with all forms of Windows and all operating systems as far as I know. Now, the Logitech 3D Pro is a cup and ball gimbal system. That means there is a plastic ball that goes into a plastic cup and is protected by a rubber grommet. The entire joystick is made out of plastic, and it has a base with rubber feet and a plastic handle that protrudes from that base. Now, a couple of the features here that we're looking at on the Logitech 3D Pro include basic at this price point features, right? So when you're talking about joysticks, you're generally talking about a price point for high end that is in excess of $250. At the time of this review, the Logitech is listed for $30 on Amazon, subject to change. Sometimes it goes on sale, sometimes it is a little higher, but for about $60 you can purchase 2 of these things, which is an excellent option for any flight simulators, including plane and space, that you might be playing. Now, taking a look at the pros of the Logitech 3D Pro series, no pun intended, some of them that I would note would be precise control. The axes feel very smooth. They are very responsive. The platform is durable, even though it has a plastic ball and gimbal system. You'll get many hours of play out of it, even if it does eventually wear. Versatility. If you utilize 2 of these, now you can use them for a wide range of motions, including ship and head control, which is very important if you're flying in cockpit. They feel very comfortable, even though that Logitech only produces a right side for this stick set. There is throttle control included and adjustable with the screw in the handle, and it is backed by Logitech, which is a very popular brand and has products all over the place. If for whatever reason you may need to replace one, the company is certainly not going anywhere. Now, looking at some of the cons of the platform, there is limited force feedback on the Logitech 3D Pro. Now, that is the extent at which the joystick pushes back when you push forward or in any direction on it. Another one would be that it does not have a built-in mounted design. So one of my friends famously fastened it to his desk with a ratchet strap, and for him that worked. It won't move around. The rubber feet on it do prevent it from sliding, but if you get into a really excitable session, you may have some joysticks moving around. So the inability to mount them effectively is a con. Another one that I can think of would be that there is no twist lock. Some pilots out there do prefer to lock that twist access so that they can't do it accidentally in flight, though you could also just not program it. The final one that I can think of is that there is only a right-handed joystick in this option, and so you'll see that at the bottom of the grip it does have kind of that little taper off to where it holds your hand That is only on the right side, not interchangeable. And so if you're using an additional stick in your left hand, you won't have that palm rest. I don't find that to be a huge issue when I use them because I keep my hands firmly on them and don't generally rest. If I do rest, I rest down towards the base. And in the left side, you are actually able to utilize that flip tab access the throttle with kind of the bottom of your palm there. So it is a con that they only sell them in right-handed options. However, the amount of difficulty that you will have using the stick with your left hand is minimal. That central push button on the left side of the stick can be used with your index finger through squeezing the stick. So that's an option for left-hand users as well. You don't lose any buttons, you just simply won't have that left hand rest like you do on your right hand. Here is a run through of the slider. Here is an example of the trigger pull. This is an example of the no slip test. My recommendation is as follows. These are great sticks for trying out joysticks. Not everyone who gets into the world of joysticks is going to love them. Some people are going to go back to keyboard and mouse. There are just two kinds of players. However, for somebody who is interested in getting into the world, this is a very economic option. There are a couple competitors, some less, some more. The T16000s by Thrustmaster, of note, are a viable option out there. Those are great sticks that are ambidextrous. However, the Logitech 3D Pro, though it is not as prone to breaking in the twist axis as the T16000 is. So ultimately, you have to look at the two and decide which one is right for you. I believe the Logitech 3D Pro is, because I think at this point the lack of ambidexterity is acceptable when it comes to looking at the durability of the sticks. I have many hours on them. My friends have many hours on them. We have not broken any of them yet, and they've helped people train for those higher end sticks while deciding that is right for them. Now, some of the competitors, when we're talking about high end sticks, we're talking about VKB, we're talking about Virpil. Those sticks are definitely worth it, and you are worth it, and you should buy those sticks if sticks are something that you want to utilize in your games like Star Citizen, War Thunder, DCS, etc. But this is an excellent stepping stone to get there without spending too much money. They're durable for many hours of play, and ultimately, I think that the lack of software is a good and a bad thing. You do lose some customization there. However, you could just plug these things in. You can set up all your preferences in the games you play. For the most part, those games, remember them and don't ever wipe them. And it's easy to set up again if you ever have to go back and do so. So not only are these very easy to use from a software perspective, they're very easy to use from an ambidexterity perspective. Even though you don't have that hand rest, you're going to get many hours of good play out of these things. And $60 for a pair of them, I think that's the most you could ask for in terms of value. So that's why I recommend them to people who are interested in trying out sticks. I don't think that they're the best option for the long term, or that they're the best joysticks out there, but what you get is an excellent product that is well thought out, that functions good, doesn't have a lot of issues with buttons just not working out of the box. Mine were fine. None of the buttons failed. There are HOTAS options out there, mainly like the X56 or its variants, where sometimes you'll have buttons that start sticking and failing over time. The joysticks are simple, and keeping it simple is very good. Sometimes there's no LEDs to fail. There's no special bells and whistles, but there's something to be said about a functional product that just works. And that's what you have here is a highly functional product that will help you determine if this is a place you're looking to grow and expand in, and have some hours of fun along the way. Of course, when you're done with them and you move on to something else, you can just pass them on. And that's exactly what I plan to do with this pair of sticks. You know, I bought them, I played with them, I enjoyed them, I decided that I wanted to get a better set, and so I'll hand these on. They're perfectly functioning, they're not damaged in any way, and the person who receives them, I'm sure, will have many hours of play as well. So, in closing, I would say that the Logitech 3D Pro is a great joystick for beginners. I would say that it is durable. I would say that it's going to bring you a lot of fun. And I would ultimately say that it is very, very affordable. And if you didn't like it, you didn't break the bank, and you're not out $120, $200, maybe even $300 on a set that you may ultimately be trying to recoup through trade or exchange. I think that Logitech hit the nail on the head with this one. This is a stick that's been out for a very long time. It's not changed fundamentally in this time. There are not variants of it, and there's something to be said about that. That's because it's out there, it's working, it's selling, and I think that they know they have made a good product here, and I think that you'll see it on the market for many years to come. I want to thank you for taking the time to consider this review, watch the whole video, and I also like to ask, if you think I've earned it, please like and subscribe. Turn those notifications on, and stand by for more incoming reviews, fun gameplay videos, and exciting times as I reach out into the world of streaming on Twitch. You can also follow me there through the link in the description. Thank you very much for everything you do, and I'll see you next time.